The next presenter will be Wilox.
Come on up. Thank you, everyone. First of all, quick show of hands. Who here has ever touched a table before? Raise your hand. All right, follow-up question. Who here has ever gotten sick before? All right. As you can see, we've all gotten sick by touching a table. All right, so now, imagine you're back in college sitting at a desk in a classroom. Everyone around you is sneezing and coughing. You think to yourself, when's the last time this desk was cleaned? Was it a couple of minutes ago, a couple of days ago, a couple of weeks ago, months ago, maybe even a year ago? You don't know. At Holy Cross, we swabbed a desk, and this is the bacteria that was growing on it. As you can see, this is disgusting. At colleges and universities, when someone gets sick, it spreads like wildfire because of the communal environment. When people get sick because they touch a surface and then proceed to touch their eyes, nose, or mouth. Few quick facts. A virus can spread from a single doorknob to 60% of surfaces in a building within 2 hours. Along with this, 1.8 billion people live without access to basic sanitation. That's 25% of the world's population. My name is Paul Wiley, and Wilox is solving this problem. Wilox is a long-lasting finish that can be applied to any surface that continuously kills bacteria and viruses for an extended period of time, preventing the spread of illness and disease. Currently, this is our third prototype. You can see 3 Petri dishes here. In the middle, in that red circle, is where the Wilox finish was applied. As you can see, there's no bacteria growing inside that circle. Everything outside that circle is growing, thriving bacteria. Along with this, staph outbreaks are very common at colleges and universities. On the bottom, you can see a surface that was exposed to staph constantly for 3 months. And on the top, you can see a surface that had the Wilox finish on it and that was exposed to staph for 3 months. No bacteria grew on the Wilox surface. Currently, every year, the United States spends $70 billion fighting infectious diseases. Along with this, the 2017-2018 influenza season was the highest it's been since 2009 at Holy Cross. Wilox will be selling to colleges and universities with a 3-month subscription service. This means for the first 2 years, a team from Wilox will go to the colleges and universities and will apply the finish ourselves. In order to be scalable after those 2 years, we will outsource to third-party companies or the colleges and universities. Unlike our competition, whose product needs to be applied multiple times a day, our product is applied once, lasts for months, and is revolutionizing the way surfaces are cleaned today. Currently, we are filing for a patent, and as I said, unlike the competition, whose product is temporary, our product lasts for an extended period of time. I'm the co-founder and in charge of research and development. Luke Knox is the co-founder and in charge of business development, and Marianne is in charge of manufacturing. In addition to this, we also have a board of advisors. John Knox is the CEO at SafeFleet. Dr. Achapong is a microbiologist at Holy Cross. Julio Fernandez is a sales rep at Medtronic, and Jeff Satchowitz is the founder of Big Belly Trash Cans. We are here today because we need $20,000 to register with the EPA so we can go to market. Once we have the $20,000 to register with EPA, we can start selling to Holy Cross, Bates, and Fordham. We are targeting these 3 schools because we have connections with them and are starting to work on the pilot test. To be more specific, here's a 1-year timeline of exactly how that is going to be achieved. Once we receive the $20,000 to register with the EPA, we can finalize testing and start selling to those 3 schools. 2019, we expect to make $130,000 with expenses of $40,000. At Wilox, we're creating innovations today for a healthier tomorrow. Thank you. Questions?
So I had to ask the obvious question, which is, you know, you have the table, I come with Windex, I spray a Windex, what happens? Nothing? I mean, is anything going to remove what you've put on there?
So okay. So if you spray a surface that has the Wilox finish on it, great question. So through it, we've done a bunch of environmental testing, and our product is sprayed either through an air compressor or a spray bottle, and once it's on a surface, starts to harden with air, similar to polyurethane, but it's not polyurethane. So it creates a hard coat, and as a result, is scratch resistant. So you can wash it as many times as you'd like, and it won't come off, unless you use like sandpaper.
So in other words, I can use any kind of chemical and throw it on there, basically. I mean,
So, and we haven't tested, strong bases or acids, but yeah, but we've just tested, the lead.
Janitors carrying.
Yeah, leading cleaning brands.
Clorox won't take it off.
What was that?
Clorox won't take it off.
No, tried that.
What kind of safety testing have you done so far?
That's a great question. So currently, we've done all of our research is through literature articles and with the help of Holy Cross. Now, because Holy Cross is a BSL 1 and BSL 2 lab, that means we can't use anything dangerous. So all the products that we have bought for Wilox have to be safe to use because we're in a student lab, where students take classes in. So in the literature articles, all of our products are safe, and that's why we need the $20,000 to register with the EPA after this event so we can show the safety standards and so people actually knows that we're not making this up, it actually works and is safe. Another question.
And when I was at your your table, I was asking about which customer segment to focus on first, and you told me that you've done literally hundreds of interviews with colleges, and you picked colleges because you're college students, so you're familiar with it. And I'm just curious, why do you feel that that's the best market to go after first versus any of many other markets that might have these situations? I heard your answer. I want everyone to hear your answer.
Absolutely. So first of all, before I answer that, I'd like to thank Dr. Hafer for having us take the I-Core class at UMass Medical School, where he told us to get those interviews. So we did hundreds of interviews across the country and identified colleges and universities as our main starting point. This is one, because we're college students. I'm a junior at Holy Cross, and we have 2 freshmen on the leadership team. And because we know when someone gets sick at school, especially if you're a chemistry major like myself, you get behind very, very fast. And also, for prospective students that are looking to schools, they like to see that a school is safe and that they're protecting their students. That is why they invest in Wilox.
Would you mind going back to your roadmap, please?
Absolutely.
You went by that pretty quickly.
Here we go.
Okay, final testing. Okay. So this $20,000 is going to get you through for EPA, and then what? It looks like you're going to need more money pretty quickly, right? What are you thinking about?
Great question. So right now, we started filing for a patent, and we need the $20,000 to register with the EPA. So before Wilox, we started another company where we sold pens to large companies such as American Standard, Medtronic, Airmark Technologies, and many other companies. So we were able to generate revenue from the pens. The reason we were not able to continue with the pens is because they were made in New Hampshire. So on the weekends, we had to drive all the way up to New Hampshire, make 300 pens a weekend, and drive back all the way to Holy Cross, which wasn't feasible. So we've generated revenues from that, and that's why we've been able to self-fund so far from the pens. But why we're here is because money's getting tight. So, we just spent, a couple, $10,000 on a patent. Now we need to, apply between, $40,000 to $50,000 for the EPA. We need as much money as we can get.
Or they need a van to buy more stuff in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Stop driving a car.
Well, to put some girth in the question,
Yeah.
in addition to the question, how much do you see yourself need? I mean, how much does the company gonna need in a year, 2 years, 3 years? How are you seeing it right now?
Yeah, great
Because
question.
this is a pretty short time.
Very, very short.
Yeah.
So this year we expect we need $100,000. Okay, and then we've really just planned for this year.
So that your ask should be $100,000, not $20,000.
Okay, yeah,
Right.
that's a good point. But on the competition it said 20. But next time
If we insist
I'll
on
keep,
throwing more
I'll keep that in
money at
mind.
him,
I'll
I
take
guess
100.
He'll
He'll
accept.
take it.
200. No, I'm kidding. Any other questions?
Well, no. So 1 year, 2 year, 3 year? What kind of?
Yeah,
money do you need?
absolutely. So right now, as I said, because Holy Cross is a BSL-1, BSL-2, so that means we can't test harmful bacteria. And we were just talking to Dr. Hafer, who's in charge of the M2D2 program at UMass Medical School. So hopefully within 2 years, we will be able to go to the M2D2 program at UMass Medical School, which means we will be able to test more types of harmful bacteria and viruses that are very contagious and could potentially kill people. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thanks, Aaron.
Excellent. Thanks, Paul.